Hello, welcome to the home of the Ghost Owls. We take a look at the Talismanic runes, continuing our Dwarfen faction focus in Warhammer the Old World. So we've covered weapon runes and armor runes. There aren't many armor runes, but Talismanic runes, let's see what they have to offer. So first up is the Master Rune of Calm. So this allows you to cast a bound spell at power level 2. Now this is a hex, has a casting value of 8, so not the easiest to cast, and you can also get a benefit from 11 plus. Now the range is self, so enemy wizards within 18 inches must increase their spell casting value by 2, 11 or more, and the range increases to 36 inches, which is huge, but of course that is 11 plus. And that lasts until your next start of turn subphase. Now, it's a really interesting bound spell. I mean, pushing enemy casting value up by 2 can really hamper an enemy. And if you were doing that at 36 inches, bearing in mind that your Rune Lords are going to be in units that are going to be relatively well up the board. So, any wizards, spells are much less range in this. And they're not going to be at the back of an army. They've got to be up with their army to make sure they're in range. So there's a good chance that this is going to affect wizards when you do cast it and you actually get it through. But of course, you're only at power level 2. A lot of enemy armies with power level 4 wizards, you're going to be on an uphill battle on not being dispelled. So, for the cost of the points, I think it's okay. I think potentially there are better runes in the Talismanic runes than this one, but disrupting magic could be a big thing if you can get it off. Master Rune of Balance. This is Anvil of Doom and Roomsmiths only. So once per turn, bearer may use it when attempting a wizardly dispel and can roll an extra d6 and discard the lowest result. So only once per turn, so you can't use it more than once. Extra d6 is nice, discarding the lowest result. This is okay, but again, I think there's a better option here for that kind of thing in the Talismanic runes for less points cost. So yeah, it's again okay, and it's not a single use, but you still can use it once per turn. So it's okay. It's okay. Master Rune of Spite. Each time the bearer loses a wound to an enemy during the combat phase, the unit that made the attack suffers a strength 5 AP -2 hit. Now, obviously, this is a bit like the Slayer one, but spending points to do damage to somebody after you've died, I just don't like that concept. I prefer to try and keep my people alive and spend points doing that and improving their output rather than, oh look, you've died and now you're going to do some damage. So Master Rune of Spite just doesn't do it for me, I'm afraid. Rune of Spell Breaking. Now, this is one we like. Asterisk. You can take more than one of these. So Anvil of Doom and Roomsmiths only, but single use, and use instead of a dispel attempt. Spell is automatically dispelled. This is my favourite Talismanic rune. This, for those of the old guard Warhammer Fantasy, is essentially a dispel scroll. We know how important they were, and it's the same case here. Being able to automatically dispel an enemy's critical spell is absolutely huge, and I can see times when you definitely want to take more than one of these. So, yeah, Rune of Spell Breaking, really, really nice. Rune of Warding. Single use, bearer gains a 2+ ward save against a single wound. Not bad, actually. Relatively cheap, and this could be the difference between keeping a character alive in a duel or something like that. So, 2+ ward save against a multiple wound hit if you're not immune to multiple wound and killing blows. And you do get to take your ward save on those. So, overall, I think Rune of Warding could be an interesting one for a character that could potentially be in combat and could make the difference between him dying and surviving. Not a bad option, and you can take multiple of them. Rune of Luck, single use, bearer can re-roll a single failed hit wound armor save roll. To be honest, if I'm going to spend points in Talismanic runes, I think I'd rather take the Warding or Spell Breaking this one to re-roll a single hit wound roll. you re-roll the hit, fail to wound. It just depends on what you're trying to do. It just doesn't feel like that's, single use as well. I just don't feel like it's going to have the best value in that one. Rune of the Furnace. Bearer has a 3+ ward save against flaming attacks. I mean, it's the cheapest talismanic rune, but very situational. So spending points to save against flaming attacks. Rune of Passage. Bearer and the unit it joins gain the move through cover special rule. So joint cheapest talismanic rune. I think if there was going to be, if you were going for anything, this one's nice because you actually give it to the unit as well. The move through cover. It's just how often are you going to get the benefit of that? Again, it feels a bit situational. So, but at least it's cheap. So I prefer that to the Rune of the Furnace because I think it's going to be you're going to get more use out of Rune of Passage. But overall, I think Rune of Warding and Rune of Spell Breaking should be the go-tos in the Talismanic rune section. So there we go. That again, a quick run through of the Talismanic runes. We've got the standard runes and engineering runes still to go, and then we'll be moving on to some unit comparison stuff. So hope you enjoyed this video though. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments down below. And as always, if you want to see more content, hit that subscribe button, gentlemen and ladies. It's important for me. It's a massive deal for me, but it takes seconds for you. It's totally free for you. So I really do appreciate it. And thank you to all those that have subscribed already. You've been watching The Ghost Owl. Tune back in and we'll take a look at the Dwarven Standard Runes.